Hi guys! Probably all of you saw the kind of before and after photos. Yeah, the ones that motivate every person to work out a lot. After all, if a person in the photo before, resembling a sprawling piece of dough, could become as handsome as in the image after, then you should be able to do it too, right? But have you ever thought about the reverse transformation? Well, sit back, because we're going to show you the real jocks that backed down. Dorian Yates. This guy's admirers gave him a lot of names: the British Bulldog, the Birmingham Lion, but the most popular was the nickname Shadow. And of course, he deserved everyone's admiration. However, due to numerous injuries, Dorian had to retire in 1997 at the age of 35. Well, even after that, the bodybuilder didn't get lazy and fatty at all, as you might think, and yet time takes even over him. And now this once strong man is not at all the same. Alexander Fyodorov. For sure, they're a real sports fan among you guys, but you see, very few people really want to commit to the sport for the rest of their lives. On the contrary, Alexander was very serious about it since childhood. For the first time, he took part in bodybuilding competitions at the age of 16, and since then, he clearly didn't intend to stop. Of course, along with numerous victories came injuries, and as a result, Alexander had to stop training. He lost weight by as much as 45 kilograms and changed beyond recognition. However, after an 8-year break, he was able to return to the sport and today looks as well as before. Flex Wheeler. There are some things that are worse than any injury. We are now talking about questionable drugs that bodybuilders take to get the desired form in some very short time. Drugs knocked down Flex, whose kidneys simply couldn't stand such a mockery. He changed so much because of his illness that he was no longer recognized. However, we hasten to inform you that today Flex Wheeler isn't at all poor, working for a big corporation and cruising around on an expensive hot car. But of course, he can't return to his old form. Jean-Pierre Fox. In the 90s, Jean-Pierre Fox was predicted a brilliant career, and that wasn't surprising at all. Just take a look at this mountain of muscles. And everything went well with Fox, until in 2002. When he got a serious injury squatting during the photo session. Fox was holding a bar with a record weight, as much as 310 kilograms. The athlete lost his balance and fell abruptly to his knees, injuring his muscles and ligaments in several places. After a 4-hour operation and a long recovery process, his muscle definition was noticeably smooth. However, Fox returned again to the big sport and even had a successful performance. But then he had to lie down on the operating table again. And in 2003, the athlete ended his career. Victor Martinez. Our next bodybuilder is a multiple competitor and the winner of various contests, among which are Mr. Olympia and Arnold Classic. Victor Martinez became the second professional bodybuilder from the Dominican Republic, but still, he stopped training several times during his career. Of course, this affected his physical form, and each time Victor was almost blown away like a balloon. Perhaps, the explosive character of the sportsman played his role too. However, after the imprisonment that happened in 2004, Martinez clearly reconsidered his priorities and returned to the big sport as a completely different person. Kim Chizevsky. If you think that magic transformations in the world of bodybuilding happen only to men, here is one example that will definitely convince you otherwise. Kim Chizevsky, 4 times Miss Olympia, won these titles in 1996 to 1999. At one time, she was considered one of the most successful women in this sport. After her last victory, Kim decided to give way to new stars and left the bodybuilding. Once she stopped training, she turned from a mountain of muscles to the normal fit girl, and today she's devoting herself to the family. Chris Cormier. Could you imagine that this athlete lifted 237 kilograms while laying down, and he could also lift as much as 540 kilograms with his feet? Bodybuilding lovers probably know that Chris has always trained to the point of exhaustion, but he hasn't stopped even when having nosebleeds, dizziness, or even vomiting. Perhaps it was this devotion to the sport that helped him to win as many as 13 prestigious awards. In 2007, Chris ended his career and began to work as a coach. Of course, this affected his physical form, but his previous trainings still are noticeable, and Cormier still looks more athletic than many of his peers.
can't believe myself. I never thought that this would be our end, but it's nothing new. And my lover's honesty, I could push it back down if I have to, if you want me to. 'Cause we can run, and we can run, 'cause times they fall all for you. So tell me now, what's left to lose if we run? I can't believe the night lay waste to all we'd given. But honestly,